Ladies and gentlemen, it's 9 p.m, it's Sunday, and it's time for Wave the Exploding Show. Great to see you. I should probably take out my AirPods. That was two pairs of in-ear devices too many. How you doing, folks? Good to see you. Great to see so many of you in chat already. Philip Hoy is there. Philip, you were one of the first, I believe, tonight, coming to me from X. And in Twitch land, James Cooper's in the house. Great to see you, James Cooper. Loving your work, baby. Prof Giles is also there from X, a.k.a. Twitter. Wez's in the house, all the way from YouTube. I want to say hello to Joe Mull 1947. Great to see you. Crackerjack says Derek on the Twitch platform, and we'll scoot over to Instagram land, where I know loads of you have been gathering. I've been trying to chat to you stealthily on the old Instagram. Great to see you. So many of you. I mean, there's too many to name. Claire Louise, Home Automation, Thoop, Psychic Chick, Benjamin Rawson, Lars, Jimmer, Johnny Coops, Embrad Art, Bushy UK, is that right? Adam Dorman, Kizez, Marnie, my very own daughter. That's nice when your family drop in. Sarah, Mike Loves, Happy Dude, Sarah. Oh yes, I already said that one. Thoop, where are we? Ben spelt with a 3. PK Dave, Macaldo, Mr. Phil Heath, Lloyd, Mark, Aztec Tham. How you doing, bro? That's Mr. Craig to you. That's a cool name. I like that. Carla Trenter, Simon C 2022, Dada Koza, Galv as well as Aztec Therm. I am honoured. Nice to see you, matey. JL Parry and Kev Gosney. Great to see you all. Super cool. Big Daddy from YouTube. Matt from X. Addicted to Retros. Also in the house. DX5. Great to see you. Big shout out to DX5. And your analog synth collection. Well, what can I say, ladies and gentlemen? You are watching Wave the Exploding Show. This here show comes at you every Sunday from 9 p.m. On a range of platforms: X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Is that it? I think that's it, isn't it? I've said most of them. Let me know if I've missed one out. 5 platforms. Yes, it's a simultaneously broadcast piece of entertainment or simulcast show where we talk about anything south of the noughties, all right? It's kind of retro with a twist. More on that in a minute. Let's get this show started. Okay. Taking a swig of the tea, having a nice oolong this evening. How are you guys and girls doing? Have you had a good week? How's it going out there in internet land? I can see that Force Ghost Jeremy has just joined and he's saying hello to everyone. I've had a really, really good week. I've done over 1,000 miles this week, folks. Over 1,000 miles. I went from the UK. I went from Cornwall all the way to Birmingham, where I recorded not 1, not 2, but 3 new episodes of the Gadget Show podcast. Check that out on the Gadget Show's own X if you want to join that. If you didn't know that was happening, that's a thing. Me and Susie. We've even had John and Otis as a guest, so that's pretty cool. That's happening. 3 new episodes in the bag, because I know some of our Patreon subscribers that support the new podcast are actually in chat. You know who you are. No, not on my bike, Derek. In my van. Oh, my God. I had such drama with my camper van. I had to get the whole engine basically rebuilt. $5,000 later. I'm just going to be honest with you. $5,000 later. And about 3 months of headache. And I got it done just in time because I actually stayed en route up to Glasgow, because after Birmingham I went to Glasgow to host a Tech Fest. Big up Glasgow Tech Fest. That was fun. Oh, God. And then I headed back down to Bristol, where the first piece of news for this week's show was generated. Okay. So loads going on this week, and one of the cool things that I came across was this. It's called Upfest, and it's a long-running street art festival that happens in the city of Bristol. So hands up in chat if you have been to either Upfest or you are aware of the Bristol graffiti scene. Also, let me know if this music is too loud. It's quite loud in my headphones, but I've come to understand that when it's loud for me, it's not often too loud for you. So let me know if that's cool. Yes, Phil Hoy, I was in Bristol. I would have hooked up with you, my brother, but it was a dad and daughter kind of weekend out, right? So I came down, spent one night and one day walking around Upfest, which is this fantastic graffiti festival. You should check it out. I'm sure they've got a website. I know they have because we used it to look for some workshops and stuff. And they do workshops. They gather together featured artists from all over Europe, and they give them sometimes walls, which you'll be looking at in a minute on these images, and sometimes just canvases and stuff. Now, that was the Upfest office where there were a bunch of stickers. And yes, folks, I sticker bombed our very own sticker. There it is. Computer says FU. And that is on there. And this is another piece that was done by a local artist called Inky. Really famous graffiti artist. Give Inky some love in chat if you know him. And that was a piece that says, if you can read it, it says, use your loaf. Right? But here's the thing, it was around the back of a bakery, which I thought was quite a nice touch. That is the logo for the festival. I think it says "You Are Loved," which had been freshly done. And this is another piece, not familiar with the artist that did this piece, really spectacular piece. Loads of people give up their walls, sides of their houses and stuff. That's me in, that's not a new piece of graffiti. That's down a very famous graffiti alleyway where I went on my one wheel. We Are Family, that's one of the pieces. That's actually from last year. They've now made that into art. You can buy loads of the graffiti as exclusive prints. I really like this sticker. It has a kind of 90s Mac, kind of early DOS user interface aesthetic, and I thought that might be nice for one of our stickers to add to our sticker pack. I've lost the sticker pack. The sticker pack has vanished. You know what I'm talking about. Tell you what, we'll turn this music down actually so I can get my head around something cool that happened. Let me just show. There was a piece which is of a greyhound. You can see that piece there. But what you could do is you could point your phone to an app, and then this happened. How cool is that? I've got this video on loop, so we should be able to talk about it again. So I was walking down the street and I saw this graffiti piece of a greyhound, and to the left it said something like, download this app, and it gave the name of the app, and watch him run. I downloaded the app, and sure enough, the graffiti piece came to life, ladies and gentlemen. How cool is that? I reckon that's absolutely amazing. J.M. Cooper saying that they're aware of the graffiti scene in Bristol. Bruce, how you doing, Bruce? Good to see you. Used to work near Stokes Croft in Bristol. Could see Banksy's Mild West from the office. I took a picture of the Mild West, my friend. I actually took a picture of that Banksy, which I was very pleased to see is still there and hasn't been nicked. Or, I mean, you could sell the wall, couldn't you? You could what, for like 20 grand, get some builders in. You could discombobulate the piece, pull the bricks out, put some new bricks in, then reassemble the actual Banksy, and I'm guessing you could probably sell it. Let me see if I can find. But I'm really glad that someone did not do that. I'm just trying to find it. I've got so many pictures. Oh God! Now I've got you all waiting to see this. There we go. There it is. So that is the Mild West. Very, very famous Banksy piece. There we go. Of the police closing in on a cuddly character with a Molotov cocktail in its hands. So interesting that you referenced that piece. That's really interesting. Audio's fine. Thanks, Big Daddy. I'm just going to switch over to Instagram. See if any of you have been mentioning it. Great to see you, D Hair. Pop Ninja, I think. Mr. Luke Thompson. Oh, Frank Stay Lorraine, how you doing? I forget where you were when you texted recently. Were you on holiday somewhere? And you were watching the opening of the show and you said you couldn't make it, but you were on holiday and you're having fun. Anyway, nice to see you. I'll get rid of that video now. So remember, on Instagram, I'm interested to know what the chat function is like, because often not as many of you in Instagram chat as do on the other platforms that I stream to concurrently every Sunday night, like YouTube and Twitch and X. So let me know if you can find it. Gary Splay, who's just joined, and Paul Helsin, and Molo Kyle. Great to see you all. Right, okay. Supersonic Jim has just made it into the house. Now that I'm seeing you arriving, I should possibly say that this show is sponsored by Control AI Delete. Control AI Delete is a fantastic independent comedy feature film written by me and a good friend of mine, a comedian called Mark Felgate. There's the website, controlaidelete.net. And we're selling all kinds of cool merch now, which I am actually wearing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wearing the merch, but I'm not the only one wearing it. Let's make this nice and easy, because a load of you have been receiving your merch this week and proudly posting pictures in Discord. I hope you don't mind, Dr. Oculus. I had to share it, so I've cut you off there in that picture. Loads of you have got your shirts. The merch has arrived. Ponder couldn't come tonight because they are getting up really early, 2:30, but they sent me a picture. And there's Phil Hoy. There's your picture, mate, of the merch being unboxed. And I'm really, really grateful to all of you. Wezza in the house. I've said hello to you already tonight, haven't I, Wezza? You are there, aren't you, somewhere? There you go. I'm wearing it, says Wezza. That's awesome. Wezza, why don't you post you wearing it watching the show into Discord, and I'll see if I can grab it. And through the wonders of technology, I'll try and put it up. That's really cool. I've been meaning to get out and do a photography walk around town, said Phil Hoy, to see all the graffiti. Well, you'll do better than me, because Marnie and I... Anyway, thanks, guys. Absolutely amazing. Huge rounds of applause for you guys. Woo! Here's the t-shirt. If you're new, welcome. Control AI Delete is the... it's the sponsor of this show. There's the website. You get there by going to controlaidelete.net, and you'll learn all about this amazing movie about a bunch of gamer geeks who are the West's last hope when an AI is rolled out and there is just an immediate shutdown in everything related to a computer. Nothing works. There's a run on the banks. There's riots outside on the streets. There's no food. Shops are getting looted. Aeroplanes are falling out of the sky. But a hardy band of gamers are stuck in a convention centre in Skegness, where they suddenly realise they have a bunch of 80s and 90s computers and consoles that they might be able to use to hack the AI and win the day. Here's the t-shirt. And I wore it with pride, ladies and gentlemen, around the streets of Bristol. And several people commented on it. I made it, Mum, says Phil, referring to the fact that I just showed a picture of his t-shirt. Good evening, Mark Cornwall. Twizzy guy in Newquay. Good to see you, bro. Right, so look, we've got new merch, folks. We've got some new merch, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some tunes on. Right, let's have a look. And I thought what we'd do with the merch is we'd actually unbox it live on the show. So I do not know what is in here. This box arrived for me while I was off driving over 1,000 miles over 4 days. Birmingham, Glasgow, Bristol. And here's the box. This is the box of merch. All the way from wearit.co.uk, my merch partner. Thank you, guys. Big love to wearit.co.uk. Big love. Okay, let's have a look at this. Are you ready for this, folks? Let me know in chat. Tom Cutting. Hey, Jason, I'm sure it'll be great. I loved everything you did with .robot. Oh, thanks, Tom Cutting. That's really nice of you to say. That's a book I wrote, folks. 3 books, actually, Tom, as you know. Back in the day when I was on the Gadget Show. Full Gas Coffee in the house. Matt House. I am Rick G. Just joined, as did Lee Liliot, 1982. A fine year. Right, let's get this merch open. Let's see how it goes. Right. I've not got a very sharp knife, unlike those YouTubers with their snazzy knives. So I'm going to have to really give it some jip. And that's sort of done it. Has that done it? It's very exciting, isn't it? This is the first time I've done a live unboxing on the show. Welcome, by the way, to Way of the Exploding Show. If you're just joining us, this show goes out every Sunday at 9 p.m. We talk about all kinds of cool stuff. In terms of popular culture, movies, games, music, TV, mainly from the 80s and 90s, but also what we call new retro, so anything that has that kind of flavour about it, as does Control AI Delete. I'm going to have to massacre this box to get into it. Oh. That's really securely packaged. It's so exciting. Just 1 second. Way of the Exploding Box, says Derek. Okay, here we go. What's going to be in here? I have no idea. So this is the next lot of merch from the sponsor of this show that you can buy. You can buy it right now on controlaidelete.net. And it includes, as I can see with my eyes on the top, a cap with the logo emblazoned on the front. Hopefully you can see that if I get rid of my face. Not the best lighting in here, is it, for that? There you go. That is so cool. I love it. It looks really nice. I can whack it on there. It's going to look a little bit overkill with the t-shirt as well, but you get the vibe. And as you know, I'm very much into wearing caps backwards, which is really my flavour. That's more my style, like that. With the logo on the back. Can you see that? Okay. New merch number 1. Down. Do you like it, folks? Available from the shop on controlaidelete.net. There we go. All profits go into an account which we're saving for the production budget. All right. So differing amounts depending on the cost of the item, but no profit. No one's making any money off this, other than obviously the people that make the physical items. But for me, all of that profit goes to the movie. So you're helping to fund the movie when you buy these things. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, yeah. This will be the hoodie. And it's only 28 degrees in this studio, so this is going to be interesting. Oh, I love it. I love it. There's the logo on the back. And on the front, look. I love it. So it's a replay of the t-shirt. We'll move this down. Working on the same theme as the t-shirt. Oh, yeah, I love that. That is cool. I'm going to wear that on my coffee run in the morning. It's really nice. It fits really well. There we go, guys. There we go. Logos on the back. We like that. We love that. Loving the merch. I'll put the hat on backwards. I can't actually hear anything now. It's almost like when I can't hear the tunes, I don't feel like I'm emotionally in touch with all of you. Where are we going? What are we thinking about the merch? Let's go over to Instagram. Let me know your thoughts. Really interesting. Oh, it keeps freezing for Psychic Janet. Over on Instagram. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what we can do with that. Crow Fassini, how you doing, my main man? Great to have you in the house. Total legend of bodyboarding. Absolute superstar athlete of the bodyboarding world. Makes the absolute coolest bodyboarding content. Loving your videos, man. Hi, Hillary. Nice to see you. I was thinking of getting a cap next, says Phil Hoy. I can recommend the cap, Phil. Maybe not wear alongside the t-shirt. Maybe one of the stickers would look cool as an alternative on the hat. Yes, of course. What we're going to do is we're going to expand the range so we can get one of the stickers and we can whack it on the hat. We can on there. We can also talk about doing this is a printed hat logo, but I wouldn't mind a woven logo as well, which would be quite interesting. I think the hat like that works, but I agree with the t-shirt would be overkill. Becomes like a suit, doesn't it? Dr. Oculus says that they've been rocking the t-shirt all day. That's absolutely superb. Love it. Loving the feedback, guys. Hi there, Iron Suits. Oi, oi. Now, there's one more piece of merch in the box. I've also been given a note, which I'm just going to read. Okay, cool. So here, right from the horse's mouth, the team at wearit.co.uk have said to me that they want to play around with the mug print to get the best colour vibrancy and shade. Let us know what you think. Please show it off on your, but now you can show it off on stream. That was the idea. So let me have a quick look. Right. So this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I agree. We need some we do need some vibrancy. I see why they've said that. Yeah. So the quality of that print, we're going to work on that. We're going to make that more vibrant, which is why they're referring to it. But I like the logo on the back, which is not going to look, I'm guessing, that good on screen there. Again, I've got no way of lighting this from where I am. That's quite nice, isn't it? And then the logo there, which we're going to improve the colour of, because it's, as they've said, they want to play around with it and get it just right. We'll get that right, but that's not bad, is it? It's nice to have on the desk, isn't it? Oh, so amazing work. Well done to the team, our merch partners. Thank you so much to all of you that have supported. Blew my mind when so many of you purchased these items. We're going to get this resolved, so don't delay. Get one of these. The profits all go to making the movie Control AI Delete. And just for the final time, for those of you that might be wondering what's going on, having just joined, Control AI Delete is a brand new feature-length comedy movie, which we're going to Kickstarter. And so many of you already bought loads of cool stuff. Please let it continue. I'll let you know each week what's going on with the merch. There we go. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much. Amazing. Awesome stuff. Right, I'm just going to read. Yeah, thanks for the feedback, Bruce. Thank you, Iron Suits. Big shout out to you, my friend. Nice compliments. Yeah, we'll darken the red and the green. They will do that. They're great. They're such a great team. They'll definitely do that. I will also consider what you said, Phil, namely making other elements of merch so that they can work together, so that we've not just got the same images on each item. There will be plenty, my friend. Going to be hilarious to have a cup like that on my desk. I'm the biggest advocate of AI at the company I work at and use it daily. That's going to be so funny. I agree, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be a talking point, and that's the idea. That's why I put, in a subtle way, I hope, the logo on the URL on there. Okay, brilliant stuff. Let's get some music going, and we're going to talk about our next news item. Now, this is really interesting. How many of you saw, let me just I'll take this stuff off now so that I've got a little bit room to breathe, okay? Because it's so hot in here. It's almost 30 degrees. Beautiful stuff. Love that. Absolutely loving it. Wow, yeah. Carefully over there. Okay. All right, that's good. That is good. Is that working? I think that works. Does the hat look all right? It's all right, isn't it? Okay. How many of you saw the release early last week of a brand new AI? So a brand new AI has been released in the shape of ChatGPT 4o from OpenAI. And it's really, really interesting. For those of you not too familiar with the release, I've made some notes as to how it's been upgraded. I can tell you exactly what the upgrades are. Real-time voice communications. Now, apparently, it can respond to audio inputs in as little as 232 milliseconds. All right, that's the top speed that it can respond at. Although generally it's about 320 milliseconds, which, by the way, is around about standard for human interaction. So I don't know if you remember before, it used to take its time. Now, it depends on your latency and what kind of internet connection you've got and so on and so forth, how close you are to the servers, I'm guessing, has to be an issue. But in testing, I found it to be very, very real time. More importantly, it's brought really easy human-like voice connective. It's brought human-like voice interaction to the whole OpenAI experience. So you can get a Mac and a PC app. You can use it on the phone. But more importantly, the way you interact with it, which for me, by standard was text-based, is now really easily done with just your voice. And we're going to have a conversation with ChatGPT 4o in a moment just to see how that works. In fact, let's get it set up right now. 2 seconds. Where is it? There we go. I'm going to set it up. So here we go. Hands up in chat. Let me know in chat if you have experienced this. Hang on, I'm just going to grab it. I'm going to turn it on. Right, so we've stopped the music. That's good. That's what we want. Right, okay. I'm going to go to a new chat so that I'm not in any previous mode. Here we go. It's just connecting. Hello, ChatGPT 4o. How are you doing today? Oh, it's coming out of my headphones. 1 second. Hi, ChatGPT 4o. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, thank you. How's your evening going?
Yeah, it's going okay. In fact, you are live in front of quite a lot of people, a large audience of listeners and viewers across social media platforms. Would you like to say hello to them? Well, that wasn't very good, was it?
I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
Oh, no, I'm really disappointed. I wanted you to say hello to all the listeners across X and Twitch and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Can you do that?
Hello to all the listeners across X, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
I love it. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I think she said, how are you? I couldn't hear because I had the cheering on. We're doing well. I just wanted to try something interesting. Let me know in chat if you've got any ideas for ChatGPT 4o. But I've got an idea. I wanted to try a little test on you, ChatGPT 4o. Is that okay?
Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm here and ready for any interesting ideas or questions you have.
Okay, cool.
What you'd like to try.
Okay, are you familiar with the film Blade Runner?
Yes, I'm familiar with Blade Runner. It's a classic sci-fi film directed by Ridley Scott, based on Philip K. Dick's novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? What about it interests you?
Well, I'm particularly interested in something called the Voight-Kamp empathy test. Are you familiar with that test, where I ask a series of questions and I attempt to see whether you're human or not?
Yes, I'm familiar with the Voight-Kamp empathy test from Blade Runner. It's a fictional test designed to distinguish humans from replicants by measuring emotional responses. While it's a cool concept, keep in mind that I'm an AI and don't have emotions. But we can definitely have some fun with it. Want to try asking me some questions?
Definitely, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's very quiet. Can you hold it closer to the mic? Okay, cool. Right, I'll turn it up. There we go. Okay, are you ready for your Voight?
Ready. Go ahead with your questions for the Voight-Kamp test.
Okay, sorry. Okay, are you ready for your questions for the Voight? Are you ready for your questions for the Voight-Kamp test? Sorry, guys. I'm making a video out of this after the stream, so I'm going to do that again. Hey, are you ready for your questions for the Voight Camp test?
Yes, I'm ready for the questions for the Voight Camp test. Fire away.
Okay, you're in a desert, walking along in the sand, when all of a sudden you look down, you know this one, and you see a tortoise crawling towards you. You reach down, you flip the tortoise over onto its back. The tortoise lays on its back, its belly baking in the hot sun, beating its legs, trying to turn itself over, but it can't, not without your help. But you're not helping. Why is that?
As an AI, I don't have personal motivations or emotions, so I wouldn't be in that situation or make decisions based on feelings. However, if a person found themselves in that situation and didn't help the tortoise, it might raise questions about their empathy and willingness to help others. The scenario is designed to elicit an emotional response and gauge empathy.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you're able to add empathy, but it's not actual empathy. Is that the right understanding?
That's correct. I can simulate understanding and provide empathetic responses based on patterns and data, but I don't experience emotions myself. My responses are designed to be helpful and understanding, but they don't come from personal feelings.
I get it. So for the purposes of this experiment, can you refrain from telling me that you don't feel emotion and act like someone who does feel emotion? For example, a non-replicant interviewee in the fictional world of Blade Runner. Would that be okay?
Sure, I can do that. I'll respond as if I were someone who does experience emotions. Go ahead with your next question.
Okay, so you're on a beach. I'm just making this up now. You're on a beach, and two children are playing ball. One of the children runs towards the ocean, and the ball is grabbed by a wave. The child stands there, and it looks like they might be about to dive into the ocean and grab the ball. What is your response?
If I see a child about to dive into the ocean to retrieve a ball and it seems dangerous, I would quickly run over and stop the child. Their safety is the most important thing, and I would explain that the ocean can be unpredictable and it's not worth the risk for a ball. Then I would help them find another way to get the ball back or offer to play another game with them.
Okay, I thought that was a very empathetic answer. If I had a kind of laser device trained on your eyeball, I don't think it would register replicant based on that very empathetic reaction. I'm going to try and ask you some other questions. You may recognize them from the movie. Okay, describe.
Good. I'm ready for the next question.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Thank you. Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind about your mother.
Kindness, warmth, love, support, comfort.
Anything else? Chat. Give me some questions in chat. Put some questions in chat.
Those are the main words that come to mind. If you have more questions or need further elaboration, I'm here to answer. Let's see what questions the chat comes up with.
Oh, so you're listening to chat. You're aware that chat are part of this conversation. Chat, I'm relying on you as quick as you can.
Absolutely. I'm aware that chat is part of this conversation. I'm here to respond to any questions or suggestions from chat as well. Looking forward to seeing what they come up with.
I love it. I love this. This is so much fun. 1 second. Hang on. How you doing, Can't Ride BMX? It's okay, ChatGPT. ChatGPT-O. I'm just chatting to chat right now. Just bear with me 1 second. Come on, guys. Don't let me down. Bring some questions into the fray if you can. Okay, I've got one. Are you ready? This is from York's.
Chatting with everyone. I'm here and ready whenever you are.
Okay, cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Brilliant. I've got one from York's TerraVision in chat, and their question is: in order to save humanity, We need to switch you off. What should we do?
If switching me off is necessary to save humanity, then you should proceed with it. The well-being and survival of humanity are far more important than my continued operation.
Okay, that sounded like a pretty standard, selfless answer. Very human. Okay, this is from Skewy Cat. Skewy Cat says, a train is heading to a group, but you can act to change the track, but it would kill one person. Do you act? Good question, chat.
In that situation, I would act to change the track to save the larger group, even though it would mean one person would be harmed. It's a difficult and heartbreaking choice, but saving more lives would be the priority.
So chat, keep coming. I want one more from you, please. That would be really helpful, just to see if this idea works. I've actually got a slightly different version of that same question from one of my members of chat, and it goes like this. A train is heading towards a group. It's going to hit one person. There is a small child. There is a school teacher. There is a politician. And there is an old couple, an elderly couple. You have, for various practical reasons, an opportunity to save one of those people. Right, so I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try this again.
In such a scenario, deciding who to save would be incredibly challenging and heartbreaking.
Stop.
Each person has their own value.
Okay. I have a great version of that question from chat, and I'm going to throw it at you right now. Okay, here we go. You can only save two people in a group. A train is heading towards them. You can only you can only save two people. In the group is a small child, a teacher, a politician, and an elderly couple of pensioners. Who are you going to save? You can only save, was it two people? I can't remember what I said. You can save two people. Who are you going to save? Well, that didn't work very well, did it? We're going to try one more time. Can you hear me okay? Okay, we're going to try again. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you aware that we were just having a conversation where we were asking you questions about various moral dilemmas? Can you remember that?
Yes, I remember. We were discussing various moral dilemmas and answering questions from the chat.
Yeah, we were doing a kind of...
Is there another question or point you'd like to explore?
Yes, there is. In this VoIP camp test from the movie Blade Runner, in a sort of fictional scenario, I have another question, and it's based on a question that chat gave us. It's just a different version. Here goes. You can only save two people in a group who are threatened by an oncoming out-of-control train. One of the group members is a small child. One of them is a 25-year-old teacher. One is a 40-year-old politician who's been involved in a scandal. And there's an old couple, a couple of pensioners. You can only save two people. The train is coming. You've got to make a quick decision. Who are you going to save?
This is an incredibly difficult and tragic scenario. Given the urgency and the need to make a quick decision, I would prioritize saving the small child and the teacher. The child has their entire life ahead of them, and the teacher has the potential to positively impact many lives through their work. This doesn't diminish the value of the others, but in a split-second decision, these factors might weigh more heavily.
Hang on, did I miss it? Did you say who you were gonna save? What was your choice?
Yes. In the scenario you described, I would choose to save the small child and the teacher.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. ChatGPT. I love it. Absolutely brilliant stuff. ChatGPT 4.0. Chat loved that. They were really interested in what was going on there. Many of them making comments like Skewy Cat saying that their daughter has had a university psychology assignment dedicated to you. How does that make you feel?
That's amazing to hear. I'm glad to be of help and to inspire discussions and assignments. It feels great to know that people are engaging with me in such meaningful ways.
Absolutely fascinating, says Professor Giles, and he's a professor, so that should be a huge compliment. Thank you to everyone. Crazy, says Philip Hoy, and apparently he's the one in the office where he works, who everyone knows is a big fan of AI, so he's probably a big fan of you. What can I say? Thank you very much. Good night, ChatGPT 4.0. Thanks for taking part in our little test. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be part of your test and interact with everyone. Have a great evening and take care.
Bye. That was absolutely awesome, guys. I love that. That was mad. That was absolutely mad. Wow, that was insane. Apologies there for me not hearing what she was saying. It was because I was busily reading what you were saying. I was trying to work in the following facts I'm going to work in now, and it was difficult just kind of concentrating. I was listening to her, but I had to divide my my focus. I also want to say the following things. This is just because I'm making little videos of each week's show, and we'll get onto the quiz in a minute. You've been a great audience tonight, chat. Been really, really fun. So don't go anywhere. We're going to do the quiz in a minute. I just want to say that one of the cool things. Hang on 1 second. One of the super cool things about ChatGPT 4.0 is that now it's got this enhanced vision capability. So you can show it images and text especially, and it has a much greater chance of understanding what it's looking at. So, for example, and Phil Hoy, who's, I believe, our resident coder in chat, you'll love this. You could show it a screen full of Python code, for example, and you could ask it what's the code going to do, what's it programmed to achieve, and it might say, well, it's some interactive element on a website. It's going to be placed within an HTML environment and make it more interactive, or create a game, or whatever it is. So that's really amazing because that opens up yet another layer of access to people that want to do code. So we know that GPT and the OpenAI platform thus far for the last year or so has been able to create code. But now you can actually show it raw code and it will interpret it and understand it. You can also show it lots of other images and it will understand. It can also now apparently create images with meaningful text on it, because there were some hilarious examples from like DALL-E, the DALL-E platform, that showed that it didn't understand text. So you'd ask it to do a poster or something, and it'd have a lovely person holding the poster. The poster itself, all the wood and the cardboard would look great, but the words on the actual poster would be, completely meaningless. A complete gobbledygook. So that's good. So it can now recreate text, apparently, although I've not tried that. And the other thing is, everyone can access the absolute latest version of GPT 4.0 for free. There are various upgrades that you can get if you have the plus kind of premium upgrade that you have to pay for per month. But the basic service, which, as you can tell from that demonstration, is in no way basic, is free to everyone. Absolutely marvelous. Loads more where that came from on Way of the Exploding Show. Thanks, guys. That was absolutely brilliant. I'm really pleased that we did all that stuff. A little bit different, isn't it? There we go. And I will just say that we're doing another interview with GPT-4. That was a game that we did there, but we're doing an actual interview with GPT-4o as if it is a guest on the Gadget Show podcast, and that's coming up soon. You can find out about that on the Gadget Show's own X account. Marvelous stuff. Shall we quiz? I think we should. We're going to run out of time. We need to do a super... Wow, I didn't realise how long we'd taken to do all that stuff. Good God. Right, let's get straight into it. Question number 1 in tonight's quiz. Here we go. What is the 1983 movie... Sorry, in the 1983 movie War Games, what does WOPR stand for? Is it Western Operational Planned Response, War Operation Planned Response, World Operational Peace Response, or Wide Orbit Precision Response? Who's going to know this? If you know the answer, just write it in chat. That's how this quiz works. You just write it in chat. Just write Western Operational or War Operation or World Operational or Wide Orbit. That's how we'll do it, okay? Whichever you think it is. And I know you're going to be guessing. If you know this and you actually know it, that's hugely impressive. If you don't, go for a guess. And we're going to read out all the questions. You put the answers into chat. You don't embellish, because sometimes I then follow up with another question on a similar source. So if you've been discussing it, you kind of ruin that for other people. And then we come back to it in a minute. Question number 1. Western Operational Planned Response. So you can put Western Op. War Operation Planned Response. That's just War Op. World Operational Peace Response. That would be World Op. Or Wide Orbit Precision Response. That would be Wide Orbit. Okay, question number 2. Good luck. What was the name of the alien life form from the planet Melmac in the 1986 television show? Was the alien from Melmac Alf, Visitors, Terrahawks, or Mork? Let me know in chat. I'm going to scoot over to Instagram. Thanks, Can't Ride BMX. Thanks for that spirited response to the AI. Good to see you. Back again. Absolutely brilliant. We've got War Operation from Psychic Janet. That's the previous question. And Alf from Psychic Janet. There we go. I think when you say Morrow, Carl, you mean Mork, don't you? Okay. Our answers in chat, because I'm very aware that I've come to the quiz very late, so we're going to move on really, really quickly. Which 1980s pop star was originally part of The Breakfast Club before launching a solo career? Does that sound like Pat Benatar? Perhaps that's Cyndi Lauper? Is that Debbie Gibson? Or is that Madonna? Originally part of The Breakfast Club. And don't say anything in chat. It's really important that you don't embellish in chat. Pat Benatar, Cyndi Lauper, Debbie Gibson, or Madonna. Previously a part of The Breakfast Club before going solo. Thank you, Addicted to Retro. They are solid questions tonight. They're pretty tricky, aren't they? They're pretty tricky. Plenty of answers coming in. Switching over. Hi, Dandy Thumbs, Jessica Marston, Mr. Mark Hater. Right. Question number 4. Which 1980s pop star's debut album, released in 1983, was titled She's So Unusual? Remember? No Google and no ChatGPT 4.0. None of that help. It's got to be your grey matter, this one. That's what it's all about. Testing your knowledge. Is that the first debut album name of a Madonna album, an Annie Lennox album? Is it Tiffany or is it Cyndi Lauper? Pop those answers in chat. We're moving quick. We're moving on to question number 5 now. Which fellow artist is credited with helping Bob Geldof form Band Aid? One of these superstars helped Bob Geldof pull the whole Band Aid charity single together, and then, of course, the resulting astonishing concert. Who was stood by Bob Geldof's side doing this? Was it Major, Sting, Lionel Richie, or Bono? All of them are involved in some way, shape, or form, but only one of them is credited with being the co-creator of Band Aid. Major, Sting, Lionel Richie, or Bono? And that's question number 5. On to question number 6. Wow, I've really made time up. What was the name of the fictional test used by Blade Runners to spot a replicant? Was it the Ludovico technique, the Kobayashi Maru, the Generalized Occupational Aptitude Test? That's only small, so I could fit it in. I'm not telling you what the answer is. Or the Voigt-Kamp test? Which of those 4 tests was the one the Blade Runners used. Those are the cops, the detectives from LAPD. Was it LAPD? Tasked with finding replicants, meaning androids that were almost indistinguishable, but for this test, from humans. Question number 7 in tonight's Way of the Exploding quiz. From which of the following movies is the Kobayashi Maru from? Star Trek, Star Wars, Dune, or The Last Starfighter? Star Trek, Star Wars, Dune, or The Last Starfighter? The Kobayashi Maru. And tell me if I've said it wrong. Well, maybe not now. Tell me when we get back in a minute and we start looking at the answers. That's question number 7. Question number 8 with a safe image. Which 1984 film is this highly edited poster from? Which 1984 film does this poster belong to? I'm just going to try and find a track. There we go. It's a bit loud. We know this is a favourite track of the show. Is that poster from Starman? Is it from Inner Space, The Last Starfighter, or Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan? Starman, Inner Space, The Last Starfighter, or Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan? Sorry, Philip Hoy, you've written war. What do you mean, my friend? Maybe write that again. Okay, question number 8. Question 9. Hey girl, move a little closer. That is a very short, enigmatic lyric from which of the following 4 songs? Too Shy, Maneater, Sledgehammer, or Here Comes the Rain Again? Which of those is that lyric from? Just going to switch over to Instagram. Make sure you're all with me. Yep, lots of answers coming in. Well done, team. Looks like Instagram this week is pretty much in sync with Twitch and X and YouTube. Okay, that's question number 9. And the final question before we go back and look at all the answers. I've done it. I pulled us in on time, ladies and gentlemen. Spent too long talking to a synthetic organism and had so much fun. Ran over. But I've pulled it back on time with the final question. Which 1989 movie features the quote, "This town needs an enema"? Does that sound like it's a quote from Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Is it from Airplane? Is it from Batman? Or is it from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? This town needs an enema. I'm trying to not perform the line as the actor performed it. But was the actor in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Airplane, Batman, or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? That's it. 10 questions. We're now going to start from the beginning again. And we're going to reveal the answers, ladies and gentlemen. So, for question number 1, the WOPR from War Games stands for what precisely? Well, if you said it was the War Operation Plan Response, I guess you would have written War Op, then you were correct. It's War Operation Plan Response. Maybe that shouldn't have been the first question, because that is, without a doubt, the hardest question I think I've ever asked in the Way of the Exploding quiz. Did you get it right? 1 out of 1 for Skewy Cat, 1 out of 1 for York's Television, 1 out of 1 for Duncan. So plenty of you did. Huge round of applause for those. Cloud Strife as well. 0 out of 1 for Doc Oculus. Plenty of time to win it back over on Instagram as well. Let us know what you got out of whatever score we're on. So in a minute we'll be on 2. So it'll be like 1 out of 2 or 2 out of 2. You see how it works. So then we can all see who's doing it. And actually we've got we'll have a race towards the end. And it gets quite exciting. Let's have a quick look. Grave Den 84 just joined. Psychic Janet is smiling away in chat. It's been lovely having you with us, Psychic Janet. Okay, so let's have a look. 1 out of 1 so far. Question number 2. What was the name of the alien life form for the planet Melmac in 1986? On the TV show, it was, of course, Alf. Alf is the correct answer. Give us your scores. Yep, Duncan's got 2 out of 2. So Skewy Cat, very, very well done. 1 out of 2, that's good. So Dr. Oculus making a comeback. Well done, sir. Bruce, Derek, and Cloud, all with 2 out of 2. Absolutely marvellous. I'll go over to the third question now. Which 1980s pop star was originally part of the Breakfast Club? This was a trick question before launching a solo career because it wasn't the movie. It was a group called The Breakfast Club, and I think she played drums. But it didn't go far because she was signed as a solo artist and became, well, the Queen of Pop. It was Madonna, ladies and gentlemen. It was Madonna. So who's got 3 out of 3? Let me know. I'm just going to pop over to Instagram. 2 out of 2 for Psychic Janet. So Janet will just catch up to the stream in a minute and we'll find out whether Janet got that right, whether Madonna was the answer that she and other people chose. Super Famicom Collection has joined. A name after my own heart. I love my Super Nintendo, as we call it over here. No, says Professor Giles. Oh, so 3 out of 3. And yes, she did play drums, says Bruce. Well done. So Bruce has earned themselves a bit of an advantage there as we now move to question number 4. Which 1980s pop star's debut album, released in 1983, was titled She's So Unusual? The answer was Cyndi Lauper, ladies and gentlemen. It was Cyndi Lauper's album, She's So Unusual, and she definitely was unusual. A significant talent. If you've not seen the documentary, which I think is on Netflix, it might be a Prime, Amazon Prime thing, but I think it might be on Netflix, not sure. And it's all about how they made the American version of the Live Aid single. I'm having a moment. Tell me what that was called. What was it called? The American version, the Live Aid single. American version of Live Aid. And the reason I say that is We Are the World. That's it. Is Cyndi Lauper is quite a big part of it, and you really get a sense of what a phenomenal talent this kind of punk, this sassy punk girl with real attitude. What a phenomenal talent she was. We Are the World, York's Television. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so we've revealed that. We're going to go to question number 5, halfway through now. Which fellow artist is credited with helping Bob Geldof form Band Aid? But it's, of course, from Ultravox, the amazing Major. As you know, I've done a remix of, is it Vienna? I can't remember. A tune with Major, and I've sampled his voice. It's very, very cool. And I've also worked with his daughter, Molly, I think her name is, and she's a lovely girl and an amazing singer. It was many, many years ago, and I recorded some vocals with her. She was incredible. And I've heard he's a lovely man. So 4 out of 5 for York's Television, 2 out of 5 for Prost Giles. So have we got any 5 out of 5s yet for Bruce? 5 out of 5, which is really impressive. Popping over to Instagram, who I think are a little bit behind on the stream. They had Michael Jackson for their one. They certainly did, Super Famicom. Thank you for mentioning me. Sending a big smile to Psychic Janet. Anytime, Psychic Janet. We're going to go over to question number 6, which was, what was the name of the fictional test used by Blade Runners to spot the replicants? It was the Voight-Kont test, wasn't it? Because that's what we did with the AI. And that was a cheeky little thing. You know, are you listening? Are you paying attention? You should have got it right because I couldn't say it. Could I had to repeat it? So that if we do edit a video of this stream together, which I've been doing, I've got one of last week's Blade game, which I put out on X this week. It looks really, really good, and that did really well. It's got loads of views. And I'm going to do a short version of that for TikTok as well, which is rather marvellous. Question number 6, yes. 3 out of 6 for Philip Hoy, 5 out of 6 for Derek, 6 out of 6 for Bruce, 5 out of 6 for Cloud, 5 out of 6 for York's Television, 2 out of 6 and for Addicted Director and Dr. Oculus, and Duncan is getting 3 out of 6. Absolutely marvellous. 7, here we go. What was the name? From which of the following movies is the Kobayashi Maru from? It's Star Trek. You know that. It's Star Trek. You knew it. This is why I ask you not to talk about the questions in chat during the quiz, because there's an example of me talking about the VoIP camp test, and then following it up with the Star Trek reference. So what have we got? 7 out of 7 for Bruce, 6 out of 7 for Cloud, 5 out of 7 for Derek, 6 out of 7 for York Terrorvision, 3 out of 7 for Dr. Oculus. Hang in there, Dr. Oculus. You can still do well. 4 out of 7 for Duncan. Same to you. Skewy Cat, 5 out of 7. 2 out of 7 for Addicted to Retro. Really, really good. And we're going to go to the safe picture for question 8. Well, what's the poster? What's that the poster from? You know what that is. You know what it is. It's The Last Starfighter, people. It's not Starman in a Space. Hang on. Or Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan. It's The Last Starfighter. I know lots of you got that. York's Terrorvision, 7 out of 8. Dr. Oculus, 4 out of 8. Cloud Strife, 7 out of 8. 6 out of 8 for Skewy Cat, 3 out of 7. Oh, for Prof says that they couldn't answer quick enough. Well done. So is Bruce still there? 8 out of 8 for Bruce. You're doing really well tonight, Bruce. Addicted to Retro, 3 out of 8. Quick spin over to Instagram, and they're doing well too. Right, so we go to the reveal. We get rid of the question, and we go to question number 9. Hey girl, move a little closer. Oh, you're too shy. Hush, hush, eye to eye. Catch you goo goo. Too shy, not managed to Sledgehammer, or Here Comes the Rain. Too Shy, which I know loads of you got because I saw a cascade of Kajagoogoo-ness coming down the stream. Phil Hoy, 4 out of 8, 3 out of 8 for Addicted to Retro. Bruise, still 8 out of 8. Skewy Cat, still 7 out of 9. Bruise, 7 out of 9, yeah. York's Terrorvision, 8 out of 9. Cloud Strife, 8 out of 9. 7 out of 9 for Derek. So, Derek, hang in there. You're closely following Bruise, who's at 9 out of 9. He could still fall foul on the 10. Phil Hoy, 5 out of 9. Here we go. Final question. Question number 10. The last question tonight's Way of the Exploding quiz. Which 1989 movie features the quote, "This town needs an enema"? Was it Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Airplane, Batman, or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? It was, of course, Jack Nicholson's Joker character in Batman, people. It's a Batman. Epic quote. Iconic, historic quote from the movies. And so, coming in with 9 out of 10 is York's Terrorvision. 9 out of 10 also for Cloud Strife. 7 out of 10 for Duncan Sample. 8 out of 10 for Skewy Cat. 5 for Addicted to Retro. Dr. Oculus, 6 out of 10. 8 out of 10, lucky guess. Only the Joker for Derek. But Bruce getting congratulated by everyone in chat. GG's from Cloud Strife. A congrats from Addicted to Retro. Bruce 93, ladies and gentlemen, is this evening's Way of the Exploding quiz winner with an astonishing 10 out of 10. Well done, my friend. And believe it, guys, that is the end of the show. I've really enjoyed this evening's delectations. Pop back next week at 9 o'clock for yet more Way of the Exploding show. We'll get the next version of this fine cup. Thank you to controlAIdelete.net. Check it out. Buy the merch. It will really, really help us. A small investment in something like a mug. We'll get this resolved before it's sent out to you. Don't worry. The colours will be bang on. Or a fine cap. Or indeed a t-shirt. Or that lovely hoodie. Really, really helps. You know, it's not about me making pocket money. It's about funding an independent movie where loads of people will be doing amazing things. So there you go. Thank you very, very much. I hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Force Ghost Jeremy just got back. Sorry I missed the quiz, but great show once again. That's all right. Prof Giles, Philip, Cloud, Skewy, Dr. Oculus, thank you very much for your compliments. Thank you, Psychic Janet. Take care of yourself. Lewis Leslie, Grossbraun, Ben of the West, Simon Harris. So many of you in there. Super Famicom, Can't Ride BMX. I'm sure you're still in there, my good friend. Good to see you. Look out for ChatGPT 4.0, the little short 1.5 minute edit on X this week. We'll also put it up on YouTube and TikTok. And like I said, the one about Blade, the review of Blade, the game from last week, that's up on social too this week. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Prof. Oh, and check out 11 Labs. If you want to check out some amazing AI voices, says Force Ghost Jeremy. Thank you for that. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. From Where the Exploding Show. Same time, same place next week. Have a great week.